we're going to do some Kundalini Yoga now, and we will do some warm-ups. And then we're going to do a set called Self-Reliance and Meditation. And it works on the navel, which is your center of self-esteem. And it works a bit on your heart, which is, of course, where we learn to love ourselves and others. And without further ado, we'll just tune in. I'm going to change the angle a little bit so you can see maybe a little bit better. And we're going to bring our palms together and our thumbs to the center of our chest. This is National Pet Day that we're doing this. And this is Lucy, who is 15, born blind, and goes outside by herself. And she's an amazing pet. Hi, Lucy. So let's tune in with Om Namo Guru Dev Namo 3 times. And here we go. Inhale. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Inhale deeply through your nose. Release your hands down as you breathe out and rest your wrists on your knees with your palms up. And let your index fingers meet your thumbs in wisdom gesture, Gyan Mudra. We are going to do the Mangalacharn triple mantra for protection now. If you know it, great. If you don't, fake it till you make it, or just listen to the vibration. It is for protection. And now Shopi just came, the other cat. Okay, so here we go. 3 times. Inhale. Ad Gore Name, Jugar Gore Name. Sat Gore Name, Siri Guru Deve Name. Ar Gore Name, Jugar Gore Name. Sat Gore Name, Siri Guru Deve Name. Ar Gore Name, Jugar Gore Name. Sat Gore Name, Siri Guru Deve Name. Good. And now keeping your eyes closed and focused up between your eyebrows to your third eye, take a beautiful deep inhale through your nose. Hold that breath in for a moment, retain the breath. And then slowly let the breath out through your nose. Again, breathe in through your nose. And retain the breath for a moment, letting the energy of the breath circulate within you. And exhale through the nose. One more time, deep inhale through the nose. Retain your breath, suspend the breath inside your body. And exhale through the nose. Good. We're going to do a few warm-ups. Before we do those warm-ups, just remembering in Kundalini Yoga, our eyes are closed to the third eye unless otherwise specified, which is right between your eyebrows. As we breathe in through the nose, we think the sound Sat, S-A-T. As we breathe out, we think the sound Nam, N-A-M. And this means truth is my identity. And of course, other thoughts will come in. We are told in Kundalini, we have about 1,000 thoughts per blink of an eye. Let those thoughts come in and out. Nothing is right or wrong, but do the best you can to focus on Sat Nam to the best of your ability. And now we're going to hold on to our knees and start our warm-ups. So breathing through the nose, start to draw that circle around from the waist. which we call the stomach or Sufi grind. And imagine your spine as a beautiful ocean that has energy flowing along it. Keep that breath going with awareness. Good. And now reverse direction. Breathing through your nose, focusing to your third eye. Inhaling Sat, exhaling Nam. Third eye is right between the eyebrows. We call it the Ajna center of intuition, inner sight. Good. And then go ahead and bring it back to center with an inhale. Drop your chin as you exhale. And gently now roll your head, stretching your neck and throat. Always good to stretch the neck. Stretch that neck. I have on my joy t-shirt today. It has 100 different reasons to be joyful on the back, and it says in no particular order. One is puppies. And go the other way. I certainly don't remember them all because I haven't looked at it in a while. But what brings you joy? Getting in touch with our true identity feels pretty good. Inhale Sat, exhale Nam. And bring your head back on top of your spine. Inhale. As you exhale, hold on to your ankles or shins, and we'll do the spine flex, which anyone who's done Kundalini before knows. If you don't know this, you're going to arch your spine forward as you breathe in and arch your spine back as you breathe out. The movement is not in your hips and not in your shoulders. You will feel movement there, but you don't move forward and back from there, right? The movement is in your spine. The shoulders actually move opposite of the spine. So as you inhale and lift your chest up, the shoulders go down and back. So feel that movement of the spine, and everything else will go naturally with it. The shoulders, the softening and loosening where the legs meet the body in the hips, but you are not rocking back and forth from your hips. Some people do it that way, and that's not what we want to do. That's not really a spine flex. Now, inhale, come back to center. Hold your breath briefly. Lift your spine, relax your shoulders, pull the chin parallel to the floor. So you feel that line of energy from the base of the spine to the crown. And then exhale the breath. And then we're going to clasp our fingers in front of us for our spine twist today, because we're going to have a focus on the navel a little bit and the heart, but this works into the navel. You'll feel this a little more in the middle part of your body. So begin to inhale, twist left, exhale, twist right. Let your head move with your body. Inhale, Sat, exhale, Nam. Nice deep breath. Move at your own pace. Sometimes if you're new to Kundalini, you can get a little bit lightheaded or dizzy. If that's the case, slow down or see if you can breathe a little more deeply, which takes practice for some of us to learn to breathe more deeply. Inhale, Sat, exhale, Nam. Now inhale back to center. Hold your breath briefly. We're doing a lot of nice breath suspension here at the beginning of our practice. It'll expand your lung capacity. And then exhale, release the hands down and bring your legs out to the side wide. Now, if you're tight in your legs, your hips, your low back, you might have to have your knees bent a little bit. That's okay. And so we're going to bring those legs out to the side. Do whatever works for your body. As one of my teachers says, work with whatever condition or situation your body is in. And then you're going to inhale in the center, turn to one side, and exhale over that leg. Inhale back up to center, really get tall in the center, turn to the other leg, and exhale over it. If you're a Kundalini practitioner, you may be accustomed to doing this holding onto your big toes, and maybe you can do that side to side, but not required, right? That requires some flexibility. So inhale up, exhale down, inhale side, exhale numb. And now inhale, come up, and just one time, exhale, stretch forward. See where you can get here. It doesn't matter how far you get, just exhale, stretch, and then inhale, come on up. Exhale, gently bring your legs together. You can keep your eyes closed the entire time unless you need to open them to see what we're doing. And then just bounce your legs up and down a little bit to loosen your legs. And turn your feet side to loosen the legs. Good. And then we're going to warm up our spine a little bit more before we do our sun salutes. So let's come on to our hands and knees for a move that we do a lot in yoga and actually even in non-yoga. They do it like at gyms and stuff, and that's cat-cow. You know, sometimes just trainers and exercise people. So this is a great thing for the spine. You're going to spread your fingers wide. You're going to have your knees under your hips essentially. And you're going to inhale, lift your head up, have those eyes closed and focus to your third eye. Exhale, go the other way. I'm not going to deal with the feet right now. There are some things you can do with your feet. If you know how to do that, fine. I'm going to keep my toes curled. You can keep your toes flat or change it if you want. Here we go. Inhale up, exhale down. It's a lot like the spine flex. Inhale up, exhale down. Move the spine as much as you can. My spine is not very bendy in the inhale position where my head is up. So if your spine will go down further, do that. Inhales, you press the spine down. Exhales, you pull the spine up. I'm doing it a little quickly. You may not want to go that fast. Good. Now let's inhale, bring our head up. Focus to your third eye. Bring your shoulders towards your waist, feeling like you're stretching as much as you can, your throat and even your chest, your heart. Particularly if you're a little bendier than me, you're probably getting more of a stretch in your chest. And then exhale, release. And we are going to come standing. Sun salutes are a new thing in Kundalini. Well, not that new, but it was not done in the very beginning of Kundalini Yoga when it came to the United States. But we do it for some years now, and we're going to do it today. So come standing to the front of your mat and start out with a rag doll, which I just really like to do. So bend your knees, let your head hang, and let your arms hang. You can hold on to elbows or biceps. You can sway a little bit side to side if you like. You don't have to move. You could stay in the center and work with the neck, nodding yes, nodding yes. It feels so good. You're letting the head go. Your knees are definitely bent. Maybe you want to nod no. Oh, it just feels so good to let the neck go. Okay, we're going to come up from our ragdoll now. So release your arms, feel your feet and your toes grounding you into the earth. Let your head come up last, engage your belly. Inhale, come up vertebra by vertebra. You hear that a lot. And exhale at the top. This room is small, so you're not going to see my whole body the whole time here. Coming to the front of your mat, bring your hands together in a prayer gesture if you have a mat. If you don't have a mat, make space because we're going to step back. And then here, you're going to set an intention, an affirmation, or a devotion for your practice. Could be something personal, could be something universal. All right. It could be that I don't want my dog to bark, but he is. Here we go. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold over. Inhale, step your right foot back into a low lunge. Exhale. I'm going to go close the door. So inhale, come to plank pose and hold it. Bring your left foot back. Hold the plank pose. It's strong. If you need to, drop your knees. Inhale in your plank and exhale. Now everybody drop your knees and come back into child's pose. Reach your fingertips forward, pull your tailbone back. And this is a relaxing, fabulous stretch. And then to come forward, you can either take a modified push-up or Ashtanga Namaskara, which I will do the first time. So inhale, take your nose, chin, chest on the floor or towards the floor for a moment, buttocks up, and then lower the hips. And that's an exhale. And inhale, come up into Sphinx or Cobra, or if you have a vinyasa practice, you can do your up dog here. So, or actually sometimes in Kundalini, they do Chaturanga and up dog these days too. So we're not doing that here, but you can do it if you like. Lift your spine, not lift your heart, which is not exactly lifting the spine. It's opening the front of the spine. Okay, we're going to go to downward facing dog. So inhale. As you exhale, come down. Bring your hands under your shoulders, elbows into the waist, curl your toes. And inhale, come up. If you need to come to your knees first, you can. Downward facing dog. Or you could have come to a plank and then downward facing dog. Equal weight hands and feet here. Pull your tailbone back. Let your head relax. You do not want to let your head drop off the spine. That's not relaxing the head. That's dropping the head off the spine. So think of that nice line of energy. Again, from the base of your spine to the top of your head, and breathe. We're going to hold this a few breaths. Make your legs strong. You can bend your knees a little if your hips and hamstrings are tight. Those hamstrings are the muscles at the top of the back of your legs that are tight on a lot of people. We're going to take the right foot forward now. So inhale, step, walk, or assist the foot forward with the hand around the ankle if you need it. And then exhale, back knee up or down, shoulders towards your waist. Nice lunge, focus to the third eye. This is a great one for bringing energy to your third eye. And then inhale, step the left foot forward. And exhale, fold over. Maybe your legs get a little straighter now. Okay, we're coming up. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, prayer to the heart. We're going to do that one more time before we start our set. So come back to the front of your mat and start with your prayer position. All righty, here we go. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold over. Inhale, take your left foot back into a low lunge. Knee can be up or down. Hold the lunge for a moment. Breathe. We're going to go to plank again. Spread your fingers wide. Inhale, take your right foot back. In plank position, you want your body straight and strong. Straight and strong. Don't drop the hips. Keep your belly strong. Very good. A couple more breaths. We don't have a lot of strengthening stuff here in this practice today. So let's do this for another breath or two. And now inhale. As you exhale, drop your knees. Child's pose. If you do Chaturanga, you can drop down into that push-up if you know how to do it properly. This time I'm going to do a modified push-up. So inhale, come forward. Exhale, however you get to your chest, and then lower your hips. And this time I'll do a cobra. So this time My elbows come off the floor. My shoulders are down. I'm doing the best I can to open my chest and breathe. Good. And then if you can, you go right to downward facing. But if you need to, you exhale back down onto your belly. And eventually you'll find your way up to downward facing dog, which in Kundalini Yoga we call triangle. And that makes sense. Your body wants to look like a triangle here. So pull your tailbone back, pull your belly in, make your arms as straight as you can. Outer elbow is in line with pinky, inner elbow with your thumb, so you're not jamming your shoulders. You can have your eyes closed and focus to the third eye, but even if you don't have your eyes closed, the energy is definitely coming up to the head. And the blood is coming to the head. And then you're going to inhale, take the left foot forward, and you're going to exhale there. And then we're going to step the right foot forward, inhale, and you're going to fold over, exhale. And then we're going to rise up with an inhale, and we're going to exhale and bring our hands back to prayer. Okay, so that is our warm-up. And now we're going to do this little set, which basically is to help us with fear. And that is one of the things that I feel Kundalini Yoga is very useful for, is helping us with fear, which is a human thing, but it can also feel very uncomfortable and hold us back from doing things, from having courage. So we're going to work on our navel first, which is your power center. And also, even just on a physiological level, this has to do with balance and movement. So there's lots of reasons to work on this. So come sitting down with your legs out in front of you on the floor, sitting on the floor. And this, I'll explain why we're going to do that, because we're going to do what's called life nerve stretch for a little bit. So to get into the life nerve stretch here, what you're going to do is, I'll show you first and then you can do it, is you're going to inhale, bring your legs up and hold your legs at about a 60-degree angle, and your upper body as straight as you can at about the same angle. And you're just going to hold the breath for as long as you can. I'm talking, but you would hold the breath as long as you could. Do not fight for your breath. When you're ready to exhale, just come over your legs and breathe. We're going to be there for a little bit. If we went for the full length of time, some of the Kundalini sets have minutes on end of poses. We would do this for 11 minutes. We definitely are not going to do it that long, but we are going to be here for a bit. So just fold your body forward. The nice thing about being in a pose for a while, I did this set earlier today, and I didn't hold it for 11 minutes, but I did it. And after about 3 minutes, I started to get some tingling in my feet. It was very interesting. So in Kundalini Yoga, when we feel the tingling, we often feel that's an indication that we have opened up some energy. Some prana in the body is flowing, and that is the life force energy. And so it's very nice when you feel that energy. You might not feel it. That's okay. So just relax here and breathe. Long, slow, deep breath. Sometimes it's good to stay in a posture for a variety of reasons. One is it's more meditational. We always want to move on to the next thing, particularly in our anxious society. And also secondarily, you often will get further if you go slower. So stay here and breathe. Inhale, Sat, exhale, Nam. Feel the breath in your belly and low back. See if you can allow that breath to help you feel and be in the moment, instead of wondering what's next and when it's going to be over and all that good stuff and what you're going to do later. If that comes into your mind, fine, but just let it go. Come back to the breath and inhale, Sat, exhale, Nam. About 1 more minute. You can do it for 1 more minute. Just stay inside yourself and breathe. Good. Now inhale and exhale, stretch. And then we're going to do that other thing 2 more times where you inhale, lean back, try to keep your back straight, bring your legs off the floor, hold the breath in. And when you feel the need to exhale, we're not going to stay in the stretch, just exhale. And then do it 1 more time at your own pace. Inhale, lifting the legs. And when you're ready, exhaling over the legs. After you've done that twice, and if you're not done yet, please take your time. We're going to come sitting on our heels. Now, not everybody's comfortable sitting on their heels. So if you are not comfortable sitting on your heels, the good news is you can do this cross-legged. You could do this in a chair. I thought we were going to have someone here today that was recovering from knee surgery, but they didn't make it. And I realized that this person could do this set. So do what you can. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to do another spine flex. Right? Okay. So we are going to whisper together. And we are going to, it says you sound like a snake here. So you're going to say sat as you bring your spine forward, lift your chest, bring your belly forward, shoulders go down and back, and nam as you go back, not exhale. So it's sat, nam, and it's a whisper. So you're not out loud. I'm going to do it like a loud whisper so you can hear it. And it is a moderate pace, and we are meant to do this together. Sometimes you do it at your own pace. This is meant to be done together. So if you can stay with my pace, that would be great. So here we go. Sat, nam, 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 sat, nam. Feel your spine. See if you can feel warmth in your body. We've just worked our navel. We've just opened energy through the body. We're continuing that with the movement and the sound. This really targets the navel, your power center. Keep going. Sat, nam, 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 sat, Nam. Sat. 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 Nam. Now inhale, come back to center. Hold the breath in and just focus on your belly and your lower back. Exhale. And then you're going to come sitting cross-legged. And you're going to bring your palms together. And you're going to press them very hard as if you were putting all of your body weight into your palms. And you're going to bring your hands to the center of your chest. And just press into the center of your chest. And focus at your chest. And breathe. Focus to your third eye. Inhale, Sat. Exhale, Nam. You can hear that breath if you like the waves of an ocean moving in and out through your nostrils. Slow it down, deepen it. Keep the palms really strongly pushing together and the thumbs strongly into the center of your chest. Good. And now take a deep inhale and just really connect to the center of your chest, which is where you find your courage. And then exhale, release your hands down, rest your wrists on your knees for a moment. Let your index fingers meet your thumbs and simply meditate. We're back in the cross-legged position. I think I failed to transition you from sitting on the heels, and that would have been okay if you still were, but you can come back to the cross-legged position if you didn't for the next two. Actually, the next three. And so what you're going to do now is you're going to bring your arms straight out to the side with your palms facing down. You want your fingers as straight as you can, your elbows as straight as you can. And this one is for the liver. And in Eastern medicine, the liver has to do with anger, which stems from fear. And so what we're going to do to work on that liver, which is in the right lower quadrant of our torso, is we're going to inhale and lean to the left and exhale, lean to the right. Yeah. So inhale, sat, exhale, nam. Nice, long, strong arms. Inhale, sat, exhale, nam. Internal massage. So Kundalini Yoga is a little bit different in its approach, though the other yogas also work in internal ways with our internal organs and such. This is definitely a unique Kundalini Yoga move for the liver. So you're going to inhale to the left, exhale to the right, inhale, sat, exhale, nam. Try to keep your arms long and strong and parallel to the floor. Good. Now bring it back to center. Inhale. Great. As you exhale, release your hands for a moment back to what we call easy pose, which is resting your wrists on your knees, index fingers to thumbs. You may have heard it called Sukhasana before in Sanskrit. Lift your spine. Feel the flow of energy that we're opening and the things we're working on here. And now, interestingly enough, we're going to do another spine flex with our legs crossed. And we want to emphasize pulling our hips forward as much as we can, which we don't always think about in doing this move, but we want to get that fluidity moving. This is the area of our feelings, our emotions, our desires, our passions, our creativity. So in this set, we are asked to feel like you're opening that a little bit more, pushing a little more forward on the inhale, pushing it a little more back on the exhale. Okay, so holding onto your ankles or shins, go ahead, inhale forward, exhale back. See if you can feel a little more fluid from your pelvis. Do it at your own pace. Inhale, sat, exhale, nam. Feel that pelvis a bit more. A lot of us are a bit rigid in here. Either we're built that way, we sit a lot, we don't stretch a lot, we don't breathe deeply enough. So see if you can feel a little more fluid in here. And now inhale back to center. And exhale. We're going to do a little bit of mantra now. It is spring in New York City, and I don't know if you can hear my dog, but he is hearing things on the street, and it's making him a little more active. So we're going to make our own sound right now. We're going to say Sat Nam as we turn our head to the left, and Wahguru as we turn our head to the right. Sat Nam is our true identity. Wagadu is ecstasy, where we connect to everything, infinity. Okay. So I'm going to have you go ahead and start that. Sat Nam Wagadu, 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 Sat Nam Wagadu. And now come back to center. Take a nice deep inhale. I'm going to stop the recording and continue on with the people I'm teaching because my dog is too distracting. So you can lay down because the set is done. And then you can finish with Sat Nam on your own when you are ready.